Okay, so this question here, question 4, it's a calculator-based question, and you can type all this in one go on your calculator, and we get our answer out straight away. Now with this here, we usually, in this case, obviously we press the fraction button. So the fraction button is there on the Casio calculator. So I press that, and then I can type on the top 8.4 times 3.7. Okay, press the arrow down on the arrow button here. Okay, and press it down, and then I can type in the other thing on the bottom there, 5.3 plus 1.8. Okay, so check that it is exactly the same as the question. Press equals, and then I get this here. Now they want the answers 2 decimal places, so fraction is no good. So if I press the SD button, then I have my answer up there. Okay, so I've got 4.37746, etc., etc. There's a dot above the 7 there. Don't worry about that at all, right? So just ignore that. What I would do is I would write down everything on my calculator display, okay? And I say everything. Obviously, you can stop at some point. You don't have to keep going. That's enough there, right? I've gone more than enough decimal places. That's fine. When it comes to then rounding, we want 2 decimal places, okay? So 2 decimal places means 2 digits after the point, right? So you've got your 3, 7, that's your first, that's your second decimal place. So then we chop off everything else, okay? Chop off everything else, so you end up having 4.3. Now because that's a 7, after the line rather, because there's a 7 there, okay, we're going to round this up then to an 8, okay? So we get 4.38, okay, because if this number is 5 or more, we end up rounding that up to an 8. And you've got your answer. This will get you the 2 marks. But as I said earlier, it is really important that you write all of this down to start with, okay? Because, you know, if you get the rounding bit wrong, okay, if you get the rounding bit wrong, you're still going to get 1 mark for writing this out. Part B, okay, so it says evaluate all of that. Again, the calculator question, you just use your calculator. Now here, if you notice, there's a little 3 here, right? So that means the cube root, okay? It's not the square root. There's a little 3 there, it's the cube root. So if we look at my calculator, can you see the square root button there? Okay, that's the square root button. The cube root is above it, okay, in yellow. So you've got to press shift and then that button, and then it gives it to you, you've got that little 3 there. So inside then, I've got a bracket, haven't I? So I press the bracket button. And then inside that bracket, I've got a fraction. So I press the fraction button, put 9.8 at the top, press the arrow down, 3.1, take away 1.7, okay? Now I need to close that bracket. So I press the arrow going across, and then I close the bracket, okay? And then of course I need to square it, and notice then my square is where I want it, okay? It's next to that bracket. So press the equals button. And again, right, you write all of this down, 3.65930.571, right? I can write all that down there. There's 3 significant figures, right? Basically, the most important values, the 3 most important values. Well, the 3 is the most important, 6 and the 5s. So those are your first 3 significant figures there, right? Different to decimal places. You include the values before the point as well. So you've got 1, 2, 3 significant figures. Obviously, whenever you round, you always check the next number. Now, because that's 5 or more, you know, it's 9, obviously, you'd round this up, so you get 3.66. Okay?